My chosen one, pause for a moment, because what you are about to hear is not random, and it is not something you were supposed to scroll past. This is a divine interruption. Yes, right now, this very second, something has shifted in the spiritual realm, and you were guided here for a reason that cannot be ignored. God says, your blessing is scheduled for tonight, not tomorrow, not someday in the future, tonight. And if you ignore this message, you risk missing something that has been prepared specifically for you. There is a reason your spirit feels slightly uneasy, a reason your attention was pulled here out of everything else you could have been doing. Heaven does not work by accident. Timing like this is precise, intentional, and orchestrated beyond human understanding. While others continue with their routines, unaware of what is unfolding, you have been singled out to receive a warning and an invitation at the same time. Listen closely because the detail matters. Before 11:57 p.m., something significant is going to align. This is not just a time on the clock. It is a window, a spiritual opening, a moment where what has been delayed, blocked, or hidden begins to move. And many will miss it, not because it wasn't meant for them, but because they were too distracted, too doubtful, or too disconnected to recognize it. Archangel Michael is standing guard over this moment. His presence is not symbolic, it is active. He is protecting what has your name on it. He is pushing back forces that have tried to delay your progress, confuse your path, and weaken your faith. And right now, he is ensuring that this message reaches you before it is too late. That alone should tell you how serious this moment is. You may have been feeling something lately, a strange shift in your energy, a sense that something is about to change, even if you couldn't explain it. That was not your imagination. That was preparation. Because what is coming tonight is not small. It is something that connects to your prayers, your silent tears, your patience when nothing seemed to move. Heaven has been listening, even when you thought you were being ignored. But here is the truth that may shake you. Blessings are not only given, they must be received. And receiving requires awareness. If your mind is elsewhere, if your heart is closed, if you dismiss this as just another message, you could stand right in front of your breakthrough and still miss it. This is why you were stopped. This is why you are hearing these words right now. Not everyone gets this kind of warning. Not everyone is told in advance that their moment is approaching. But you are. So do not treat this lightly. Do not brush it off. Something is scheduled. Something is already set in motion. And as the hours move closer to 11:57 p.m., the atmosphere around you will begin to shift in ways you cannot ignore. Stay alert because this is only the beginning. There is something different about this night, and deep within your spirit. You can feel it even if you cannot fully explain it. This is not just another passing evening where hours slip by unnoticed. No, this night has been marked long before you even realized it. God does not move randomly, and what is unfolding now has been set into motion far beyond what your eyes can see. While the world continues in its usual noise and distraction, there's a quiet but powerful shift happening in the unseen realm, and it is directly connected to you. You may be wondering why tonight, out of all nights, carry such weight. The answer lies in divine timing. There are moments when heaven aligns circumstances, people, energy, and purpose all at once. These moments are rare, and they do not repeat themselves easily. This is one of those moments. It is like a door that opens for a specific time, and once that window closes, the opportunity changes form. It does not mean your blessing disappears, but the ease, the flow, the divine acceleration attached to this moment may not come again in the same way. For a long time, things may have felt delayed in your life. You may have questioned why your prayers seemed unanswered, why doors stayed closed, and why progress felt slow despite your efforts. But what you did not see was the preparation happening behind the scenes. God was not ignoring you. He was aligning everything perfectly. Every delay, every redirection, every moment of waiting was building toward this exact point in time. And now, that time has arrived. Archangel Michael had been actively involved in this preparation. While you were facing challenges, feeling uncertain, or even losing hope at times, he was clearing paths you could not see. He was removing obstacles that would have harmed you if they had remained. He was standing as a shield against forces that tried to interfere with your destiny. And now, as this night unfolds, his role becomes even more critical. He is not only protecting you, he is helping position you so that nothing interferes with what is about to be released into your life. This is why you must understand that tonight is not ordinary. It carries a weight of expectation, a sense of urgency that is not meant to create fear but awareness. You are being called to be present, to be conscious, and to be spiritually awake. Because when divine timing meets human awareness, something powerful happens. That is when blessings do not just pass by unnoticed. They are received, embraced, and activated. Think about the signs you have been noticing lately. Perhaps there have been repeated thoughts, sudden realizations, or moments where you felt a strange pull toward something greater. Maybe you have felt restless, like something inside you is shifting, preparing, or awakening. These are not coincidences. These are signals that your spirit have been picking up on what your physical senses could not yet understand. It was all leading you here, to this moment, to this night. But there is also something important you must recognize. Not everyone will step into what is available tonight. Many will remain unaware, distracted by routine, consumed by doubt, or simply unwilling to believe that something extraordinary could happen for them. That is the difference. It is not that the blessing is unavailable. It is that awareness determines who receives it fully. You have been given awareness. You have been called to attention. And that alone sets you apart from many others. It means that you are not just a bystander in this moment. You are a participant. Something has been scheduled with your name on it, and heaven is waiting to see how you respond. As the hours move forward, you may begin to feel an increasing sense of anticipation. Pay attention to that feeling. Do not dismiss it. It is your spirit aligning with what has already been set in motion. Tonight is not about coincidence. It is about alignment, readiness, and recognition. And as everything continues to unfold, one truth becomes clearer. You are not here by accident, and this night is not like any other you have experienced before. There is something you need to understand, and it may explain so much of what you have been going through lately. Before a blessing arrives, there is often a hidden battle, not one you can see with your physical eyes, but one that operates quietly, persistently, and strategically in the spiritual realm. And whether you realized it or not, you have been in the middle of that battle. Have you noticed how things seem to intensify just when you were expecting a breakthrough? How distractions suddenly became stronger, doubts louder, and delays more frustrating? That was not random. That was resistance. Because when something valuable is about to enter your life, there are forces that try to interfere with its arrival. Not because they are more powerful than God, but because they rely on one thing: your distraction, your doubt, and your disconnection. Think back for a moment. There were times when you felt like giving up, when your faith felt weaker, when your energy felt drained without clear reason. There were moments when opportunities seemed to slip away, when plans did not go as expected, and when confusion clouded your clarity. All of these were part of a silent attempt to pull you away from this exact moment. But here is the truth that changes everything. Those attempts have failed. Archangel Michael hath been standing between you and what was meant to stop you. While you were questioning, he was defending. While you were feeling uncertain, he was fighting. And while you were wondering if anything was happening at all, he was ensuring that nothing meant for you would be stolen, delayed beyond its time, or destroyed. His presence has not left you, not even once. And now, as this blessing approaches, his protection is stronger than ever. This is why you must not let your guard down now. The final moments before a breakthrough are often the most critical. This is when distractions can appear the strongest. This is when doubt can try to whisper the loudest. You might suddenly feel tired, uninterested, or tempted to ignore everything you have heard so far. You might even question whether this message truly applies to you. Do not fall into that trap, because this is exactly how many people miss what was meant for them. Not because they were unworthy, but because they allowed the wrong voice to guide their attention. They allowed doubt to replace expectation. They allowed distraction to replace awareness. And in doing so, they stepped out of alignment with what had already been prepared. You are being warned now so that you do not make the same mistake. Stay focused. Stay aware. Stay spiritually present. Because the battle is not about whether the blessing exists. It does. The battle is about whether you remain in the position to receive it. And right now, you are in that position. Feel that shift within you. That quiet strength returning. That sense of clarity pushing through the confusion. That is not coincidence. That is alignment being restored. That is your spirit reconnecting with what heaven has already set in motion for you. The closer you get to this moment, the more important your awareness becomes. Protect your peace. Guard your thoughts. Do not allow negativity to take root, even for a moment. Because what is coming requires a clear heart and an open spirit. You have come too far to lose focus now. Type "I stay ready" in the comments if you feel this message connecting with your spirit. Blessing code 911 is now activated over your life. And as this truth settles within you, understand this: you are not just hearing a message. You are stepping into a moment that has already been fought for, protected, and prepared. The battle may have been hidden, but the victory is about to become visible. Right here, right now, is where everything begins to change. Something has already been trying to get your attention, and now it is time for you to recognize it. Before this message even reached you, there were signs, small, quiet, almost easy to dismiss, but they were real. They were not random thoughts or passing feelings. They were signals. And the truth is, you almost missed them. Think carefully about the last few days, or even the last few hours. There were moments when something inside you paused for no clear reason. A sudden thought that did not feel like your own. A feeling that something important was approaching, even though you could not explain why. Maybe you felt drawn to check your phone at a certain time, or something told you not to ignore a particular moment. That was not coincidence. That was alignment. God often speaks in ways that are subtle before they become undeniable. Not because the message is weak, but because your awareness is being tested. Will you notice? Will you listen? Will you respond? Those early signs were invitations, gently pulling you toward this exact moment where everything becomes clearer. And yet, it is so easy to overlook them. Life is filled with noise, responsibilities, distractions, worries, routines. All of these can cloud your ability to recognize when something divine is trying to reach you. That is why many people miss their signs, not because they were never given, but because they were too distracted to see them. But you are here now. That means something inside you responded, even if you did not fully understand it at the time. There may have been repetition in what you experienced. The same thought appearing again and again. The same feeling returning when you tried to ignore it. The same sense of urgency building quietly in the background. Repetition is not random. It is confirmation. It is how the spiritual realm makes sure that what is important does not go unnoticed. Perhaps you also felt a shift in your environment, a change in energy around you. Moments where things felt unusually calm, or suddenly intense without explanation. These shifts are not always visible, but they are deeply real. They are signs that something is moving, something is aligning, something is preparing to break through. And here is what makes this even more powerful. Those signs were leading you to this message, right here, right now. This is not just another piece of content. This is the confirmation of everything you have been sensing. The thoughts, the feelings, the quiet nudges, they were all pointing to this moment. And now that you are here, the message is becoming clear. Your blessing is not just coming, it is already positioned, waiting for the right moment to enter your life. Archangel Michael has been guiding you through these signs, even when you did not realize it. He has been ensuring that you stay on the path, gently redirecting you when needed, protecting your focus when distractions tried to pull you away. His influence is not loud or forceful. It is precise, intentional, and perfectly timed. That is why you must trust what you are feeling now. Do not dismiss it. Do not question it away. That inner sense of knowing, that quiet certainty building within you, that is your spirit recognizing truth. It is your connection to something greater, something beyond logic, something that does not need physical proof to be real. There is also something else you need to understand. The closer you get to your blessing, the clearer the signs become. What once felt subtle will now begin to feel stronger. What once felt uncertain will now feel undeniable. This is because the distance between you and what is meant for you is shrinking. You are no longer searching. You are arriving. And as you stand in this moment, with awareness growing and clarity increasing, realize this: you did not miss your sign. You responded to it. You followed it. And because of that, you are exactly where you are meant to be. Everything that has happened up to this point has led you here. Every feeling, every nudge, every moment of curiosity or hesitation, it all had a purpose. And now that purpose is unfolding in front of you. Stay present. Stay aware. Because what once felt like a mystery is about to reveal itself in a way you will not be able to ignore. There is something that may challenge the way you have been thinking about your life until now. You have been taught that effort creates results, that pushing harder, working longer, and trying more will eventually bring what you desire. And while effort has its place, there is a deeper truth that many people never fully understand. Timing matters more than effort. You can push with all your strength and still feel like nothing is moving. You can try again and again and still find doors close in front of you. That is not because you are failing. It is because you are trying to force something outside of its appointed time. But when divine timing aligns, something extraordinary happens. What once felt impossible begins to flow with ease. What once required struggle suddenly unfolds naturally. And what once seemed far away appears right in front of you. This is what makes tonight so important. You are not being asked to strive harder. You are being called to align. Because what is coming is not a reward for exhaustion. It is a result of divine timing meeting your readiness. God does not operate on human schedules. He moves with precision, with purpose, and with perfect awareness of when you are truly prepared to receive what you have been asking for. Think about it. If certain things had come into your life earlier, would you have been ready to handle them? Would you have understood their value? Would you have protected them, nurtured them, or even recognized them? There is a reason why some doors remained closed in the past. It was not rejection, it was protection and preparation. Now, that preparation is reaching its completion. This is why you may feel a shift happening within you. A sense of calm replacing anxiety. A quiet confidence replacing uncertainty. That is not accidental. That is alignment. Your spirit is beginning to match the frequency of what is about to enter your life. And when that alignment happens, everything changes. Archangel Michael is playing a crucial role in this moment. While you are focusing on staying present and aware, he is ensuring that nothing disrupts the timing that has been set. He is guarding the alignment, protecting the flow, and making sure that what has been prepared reaches you without interference. His presence is not just about protection, it is about precision. This is why you must resist the urge to force anything right now. Do not try to control the outcome. Do not rush ahead in anxiety or pull back in doubt. Stay steady. Stay centered. Because what is meant for you does not require struggle to reach you. It requires alignment to receive it. Tonight is not about doing more. It is about being aware. Pay attention to your thoughts. Notice your emotions. Observe the subtle shifts happening within and around you. Because these are the indicators that you are moving into position. The more present you are, the more clearly you will recognize the moment when everything begins to unfold. There is also something else you need to release: fear of missing out. Fear creates tension, and tension disrupts alignment. You are not here by accident. You have already been guided to this point. That means you are not behind, you are not late, and you are not unprepared. You are exactly where you need to be. Trust that. Because when divine timing is at work, it does not require you to chase. It requires you to receive. And as the clock continues to move closer to 11:57 p.m., understand this: you are not waiting for your blessing to begin. It has already begun moving toward you. The only question now is whether you will remain in the right state to recognize it when it arrives. Stay calm. Stay aware. Stay open. Because alignment is happening right now, and what once felt distant is drawing closer with every passing moment. There is a moment approaching that is more significant than you realize, and it is connected to a very specific time, 11:57 p.m. This is not just a number on a clock. This is a doorway, a spiritual threshold, a precise point where something that has been held back begins to move forward with force and clarity. You may wonder why such a specific time matters. Why not midnight? Why not earlier in the evening? The answer lies in divine precision. God does not work in vague approximations. When something is scheduled in the spiritual realm, it is exact, it is intentional, and it carries a meaning that goes beyond what human understanding can easily grasp. 11:57 p.m. represents a moment just before transition. It is the space between what hath been and what is about to begin. It is the final pause before a shift takes place. And in that pause, something powerful is released. Imagine standing in front of a door that has remained closed for a long time. You have knocked on it, waited in front of it, even questioned if it would ever open. But now, without warning, you hear the lock begin to turn. That sound, that subtle movement, is what this moment represents. The door is no longer just closed, it is unlocking. And here is what you must understand. Doors like this do not stay open forever. This is why awareness is so important. Because if you are distracted, if your attention is elsewhere, you may not notice when the door opens. You may not recognize the opportunity standing right in front of you. And that is how moments are missed, not because they were not real, but because they were not recognized in time. Archangel Michael is standing at this doorway with you. His presence is not passive. He is ensuring that nothing interferes with this opening. He is guarding the threshold, making sure that what has been prepared for you reaches you without obstruction. His role here is both protective and strategic. He is not only defending you, he is positioning you. But positioning requires your participation. You must be present in this moment, not physically alone, but mentally and spiritually. Do not let your thoughts drift into worry or distraction. Do not allow your attention to be pulled away by things that do not matter. Because what is about to happen requires your awareness to be fully engaged. As the time approaches, you may begin to feel something shift inside you. It could be a sense of anticipation, a quiet excitement, or even a calm stillness that feels different from anything you have experienced before. Pay attention to that feeling. That is your spirit recognizing that something is about to change. There may also be external signs, small changes in your environment, unexpected thoughts, sudden clarity about something that once confused you. These are indicators that the door is beginning to open. But here is the deeper truth. This door is not just opening to something new. It is releasing something that has already been yours. What is coming to you tonight is not random. It is not borrowed. It is not temporary. It is something that has been assigned to your life, prepared with your name on it, and held back until this exact moment. And now, the moment has arrived. Do not rush it. Do not force it. Simply be ready. Because when the clock moves closer to 11:57 p.m., the shift will not be loud or chaotic. It will be precise. It will be intentional. And it will be undeniable for those who are paying attention. This is your doorway. This is your moment. Stand in it with awareness, with calm, and with expectation. Because what has been closed is about to open, and what has been waiting is about to be released into your life. There is one thing, just one, that you must not do tonight. No matter what you feel, no matter what tries to pull your attention away, and no matter how subtle it may seem, you must not allow doubt to take control of your mind. It may sound simple, but this is where many people lose what was meant for them. Not because the blessing was taken away, not because God changed his mind, but because doubt quietly stepped in and replaced belief at the most critical moment. Doubt does not always come in obvious ways. It does not always shout or demand attention. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it disguises itself as logic, as tiredness, as distraction, or even as indifference. It may sound like a thought saying, maybe this is not real, or this probably does not apply to me, or nothing is going to happen anyway. These thoughts may seem harmless, but they are powerful enough to shift your focus away from what is happening. And that is exactly how the moment is missed. Because when your focus shifts, your awareness fades. And when your awareness fades, you stop recognizing what is right in front of you. You must understand this clearly. Tonight is not about proving anything. It is not about analyzing, questioning, or overthinking. It is about remaining open. Because the more you try to control or explain everything, the more you step out of alignment with what is meant to flow naturally into your life. This is where many people make a mistake. They feel something powerful approaching, but instead of embracing it, they begin to question it. They try to measure it with logic, to fit it into what they already understand. And in doing so, they close themselves off from experiencing it fully. Do not let that be you. You have come this far. You have recognized the signs. You have stayed present through the shifts. You have felt the alignment building within you. Do not let a moment of doubt undo everything that has been leading you to this point. Archangel Michael is still standing with you, guarding this moment. But even with his protection, there is one thing he will not override: your free will. He will defend you, guide you, and position you, but he will not force you to receive what you are unwilling to accept. That choice remains yours. And tonight, your choice matters more than ever. You may also face distractions. Sudden urge is to check something unimportant. A pull towards something that takes your attention away from this moment. A feeling of restlessness that makes you want to move away, to do something else, to lose focus. These distractions are not random. They are attempts to shift your attention at the exact moment when it matters most. Stay aware of them. You do not need to fight them aggressively. You simply need to recognize them and choose not to follow them. Bring your attention back. Center yourself again. Remind yourself of what you already know, that this moment is real, that it has been prepared, and that you are here for a reason. There is also something deeper you must release: the fear that nothing will happen. Because fear can quietly close your spirit without you even realizing it. It creates a barrier, a subtle resistance that blocks your ability to fully receive. Let that fear go. Replace it with expectation. Not forced excitement, not pressure, but a calm and steady expectation that something meaningful is unfolding. Because expectation keeps your spirit open. It keeps you aligned with what is coming instead of pulling away from it. Tonight is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about staying present, staying open, and staying willing. You do not need to understand every detail. You do not need to see everything clearly right away. All you need to do is remain in the right state to receive. Because the moment is closer now than it has ever been. And as it approaches, the only thing that could truly cause you to miss it is losing focus, even for a short time. So guard your thoughts. Protect your attention. Stay centered in what you know is true. Because what is coming does not need your effort, but it does need your awareness. And you are right on the edge of receiving it. There is a powerful force that determines whether a blessing simply passes by or becomes fully activated in your life. And that force is your faith. Not faith as a vague idea, not faith as something distant or abstract, but faith as a living, active state within you right now. Because what is approaching you tonight does not respond to doubt, hesitation, or fear. It responds to belief. Faith is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is not about forcing yourself to feel something that is not real. True faith is quiet, steady, and deeply rooted. It is the decision to remain open even when you cannot yet see the full picture. It is the ability to stand in a moment of uncertainty and still say, "I trust that something good is unfolding for me." This is where activation begins. You have already come this far. You have recognized the signs, felt the shifts, and stayed present through moments that could have easily distracted you. And now, you are being called into something deeper. Not just awareness, but agreement. Because faith is agreement with what God has already declared. When you align your thoughts with belief, something begins to move. It may not be visible immediately, but it is real. Doors begin to respond. Opportunities begin to align. What once felt distant begins to draw closer. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed it. Archangel Michael is not only protecting this moment, he is amplifying it. It is strengthening your spirit so that you can hold your position in faith. Because when your faith is steady, nothing can shake your alignment. No distraction can pull you away. No doubt can overpower your focus, and no delay can weaken your expectation. But here is something important you must understand. Faith is not passive. It is not something you simply have or do not have. It is something you choose, moment by moment. Right now, you have a choice. You can choose to believe that this moment is real, that this message is meant for you, and that something meaningful is about to enter your life. Or you can allow doubt to creep in, to question, to hesitate, and to pull you away from what is already unfolding. The difference between those two choices is everything. Because when you choose faith, you are not just waiting, you are activating. You may begin to notice a shift within you as you lean into that belief. A sense of peace that replaces tension. A quiet confidence that rises without effort. That is not imagination. That is alignment deepening. That is your spirit connecting fully with what is being released. And as that connection strengthens, you become more receptive, more aware, more ready. There is no need to force anything. The faith does not rush. It does not panic. It does not demand proof before it believes. It simply remains open, steady, and expectant. Tonight, that expectation matters. Because what is being released into your life is not just a random event. It is something that responds to your openness. The more you allow yourself to believe, the more clearly you will recognize it when it arrives. The more you stay grounded in trust, the more fully you will receive it. You are not being asked to do something complicated. You are being asked to stay open, to stay aligned, to stay willing. And that willingness is enough. Type "I believe" and receive in the comments if you are standing in faith right now. Blessing code 222 is now activated and flowing into your life. There is a reason this moment feels different. There is a reason your attention had been held here. It is because something real is unfolding, something that cannot be explained away or ignored. And as you remain in this state of faith, something else begins to happen. You stop wondering if it will come, and you begin to recognize that it already is. Right now, your faith is not just a feeling. It is a doorway. And through that doorway, your blessing is moving closer than ever before. As this moment of faith settles within you, hear this clearly. When you sow into what is feeding your spirit, you become part of the flow that reaches others who are still searching in the dark. God says in Luke 6:38, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." This is not just a verse. It is a living promise speaking directly into your moment. If your heart is saying, "I want to help this message reach someone who needs it tonight," then do not ignore that prompting. Your support through Super Thanks or PayPal becomes a seed that multiplies light, reaching souls who are one message away from transformation. The link is in the description, and the QR code is right before you. This is your moment to act in alignment. As you give, you are not losing. You are unlocking a harvest that will return to you in ways you cannot imagine. Step into that flow now. There is something your spirit has been trying to show you, even before this moment, and now it is becoming clearer than ever. What is about to enter your life is not small. This is not just a passing moment of relief or a temporary shift. This is something that carries weight, something that has the power to change the direction of your path in ways you may not yet fully understand. You may have been asking for change without even realizing how deeply you needed it. Perhaps you prayed for clarity when confusion surrounded you. Perhaps you longed for peace when your mind felt restless. Or maybe you quietly hoped for a breakthrough in an area where nothing seemed to move. Whatever it was, those desires did not go unheard. What is coming now is connected to those very moments. This blessing is not random. It is personal. It carries within it the answer to something you have been holding inside for a long time. And when it arrives, it will not just touch one area of your life. It will begin to shift multiple things at once, like a ripple effect that spreads further than you expected. You may notice a change in your minds at first. Thoughts that once felt heavy may begin to feel lighter. Confusion may be replaced with clarity. Decisions that once seemed difficult may suddenly feel obvious. That is how transformation often begins, not with something loud or dramatic, but with a quiet shift inside you that changes how you see everything around you. From there, you may start to see changes in your circumstances. Opportunities may appear where there were none before. Conversations may open doors you did not expect. Situations that once felt stuck may begin to move forward with ease. These are not coincidences. These are signs that the blessing is taking form in your physical world. There is also an emotional transformation that comes with this. A sense of relief that replaces tension. A feeling of stability where there was once uncertainty. It is like something within you finally settles, as if a long-standing weight has been lifted. You may not even realize how much you were carrying until it is gone. And then, there is the deeper layer, the spiritual shift. This is where everything becomes even more meaningful. Because what is happening is not just external change but internal alignment. You are being brought into a place where you feel more connected, more grounded, and more aware of your purpose. Things that once confused you begin to make sense. Paths that once seemed unclear begin to reveal themselves. Archangel Michael continues to stand with you through this transformation. His role does not end when the blessing arrives. It evolves. He becomes a guide, helping you navigate what is unfolding, ensuring that you remain protected and aligned as your life begins to shift. You are not being left to figure this out alone. But there is something important you must remember as this unfolds. Do not limit what this blessing can be. Sometimes people expect their breakthrough to look a certain way. They imagine it coming in a specific form, through a specific situation. And when it arrives differently, they hesitate. They question it. They fail to recognize it because it does not match their expectation. Do not make that mistake. Stay open to how it comes. Because what God delivers is often greater than what you imagined, even if it looks different at first. You may also feel a sense of acceleration. Things that once took time may begin to happen more quickly. Progress that felt slow may suddenly pick up speed. This is not something to fear. It is a sign that you are moving in alignment with divine timing. Everything begins to flow. And as it does, you may look back and realize something powerful. You were being prepared for this all along. Every delay, every challenge, every moment of uncertainty was shaping you, strengthening you, and positioning you for what is now unfolding. Nothing was wasted. You are stepping into something that carries meaning, purpose, and impact. Something that will not only affect you, but may also influence those around you in ways you cannot yet see. This is why tonight matters. Because what begins here does not end here. It continues. It grows. It expands. And as you remain present, open, and aligned, you will begin to see it clearly, not just as a moment, but as a turning point. A moment where everything starts to change in ways you will never forget. There is a question that may have crossed your mind more than once, even if you never said it out loud. Why you? Out of so many people, out of so many voices, out of all the distractions in the world, why were you the one who stopped, who listened, who stayed through this message? The answer is not sluche kaki en yuri kaki. It is not something that just happened by chance. You were chosen to hear this because something within you is ready. Not perfect, not flawless, but ready in a way that aligns with what is being released into your life right now. Being chosen does not mean you are better than others. It means you are positioned. It means your spirit responded when others remained unaware. It means you recognized something important when others kept scrolling, kept doubting, or kept ignoring the signs placed in front of them. There is a reason your attention held on. There is a reason something inside you said, "Stay here. Listen." That was not curiosity alone. That was connection. God often calls people in quiet ways, not with loud announcements or obvious signs, but through subtle moments that only certain hearts recognize. And when those hearts respond, they step into alignment with something greater than themselves. That is what has happened with you. You have stepped into alignment, not by accident, but by response. And now, because you are here, you are being entrusted with something important. Not just the blessing itself, but the awareness of it. Because awareness is what separates those who receive from those who miss. Many people are surrounded by opportunities, but they do not see them. They are close to breakthroughs, but they do not recognize them. They are positioned for change, but they do not respond in time. You are different in this moment. You have been given clarity, and that clarity is a responsibility. Archangel Michael hath been guiding this process from the beginning. He has been ensuring that you are not only protected, but also positioned to receive this message at the exact time you needed it. His presence is not random, it is intentional, and it reflects the importance of what is happening in your life right now. This is why you must not doubt your place in this moment. You are not here by mistake. You are not imagining this. You are not reaching for something that is not meant for you. Everything about this moment points to one truth. You were meant to be here. And there is something else you need to understand about being chosen. It often comes with a feeling of uncertainty at first. You may question whether you are truly ready, whether you truly deserve what is coming, or whether you are capable of handling it. Those thoughts are natural, but they are not truth. Because if you were not ready in some way, you would not have been brought to this moment. Preparation does not always feel like readiness. Sometimes it feels like confusion, like waiting, like questioning. But all of those experiences shape you in ways that prepare you more than you realize. Everything you have been through has led you here. Every challenge you faced, every delay you endured, every moment of doubt you overcame, it all contributed to your ability to stand in this moment now. Stronger than you were before. More aware than you were before. More aligned than you were before. This is what being chosen looks like. It is not always easy. It is not always clear at the beginning. But when the moment arrives, it becomes undeniable. And that is where you are now. Standing at the edge of something that was prepared with your name on it. Something that required your journey, your growth, your patience to fully receive. Do not shrink back from this. Do not question your place. Do not convince yourself that this is meant for someone else. This is for you. And as you continue to remain present, aware, and open, you will begin to see just how intentional everything has been. Nothing wasted. Nothing sluchakaki. Everything aligned with purpose. You are not just witnessing something unfold. You are part of it. And that truth will become even clearer as the moment continues to draw closer. As the moment draws closer, there is something you are being gently guided to do, not with pressure, not with urgency that creates fear, but with intention that creates peace. You are being called to prepare your spirit. Preparation does not mean doing something complicated. It does not require rituals that feel heavy or actions that feel forced. True preparation is simple, quiet, and deeply powerful. It begins within you. Right now, take a moment to notice your inner state. Notice your thoughts. Notice your emotions. Notice the energy you are carrying. Because what you are about to receive will meet you exactly where you are. And the more calm, open, and clear you are, the more fully you will experience what is coming. Let go of anything that feels heavy. If there is worry in your mind, release it. If there is tension in your body, allow it to soften. If there are lingering doubts, acknowledge them without holding on to them. You do not need to fight these things. You simply need to let them pass through you without giving them power. This is how you create space. Because a full heart cannot receive something new. A crowded mind cannot recognize something important. But when you create space within yourself, you become receptive. You become aware. You become aligned. This is where your preparation becomes powerful. You may feel drawn to be still for a moment, to sit quietly, even if just for a few minutes, to disconnect from distractions and bring your focus inward. Follow that feeling. It is not random, it is guidance. In that stillness, something begins to settle. Your thoughts slow down. Your breathing becomes steady. Your awareness sharpens. And in that space, you begin to feel something deeper, a sense of connection, a quiet knowing that you are not alone in this moment. Archangel Michael is present with you even now, not in a way that overwhelms you, but in a way that supports you. His presence brings calm, clarity, and protection. As you prepare your spirit, he is ensuring that nothing disturbs your alignment, nothing interferes with your readiness. You are being held in a moment of preparation that is both gentle and powerful. There is also something else you can do: gratitude. Even before the blessing fully reveals itself, begin to feel gratitude for it. Not forced gratitude, not something artificial, but a quiet appreciation that something good is unfolding for you. Gratitude shifts your focus from waiting to receiving. It places you in a state where you are already aligned with what is coming. And when gratitude and faith come together, something powerful happens. You move from anticipation into acceptance. You no longer feel like you are hoping for something. You begin to feel like you are ready for it. This is where your preparation becomes complete. There is no need to overthink this. No need to question whether you are doing it right. There is no perfect way to prepare, only an honest one. As long as you are present, open, and willing, you are exactly where you need to be. As the time continues to move closer to 11:57 p.m., you may notice that everything around you begins to feel quieter, more focused. Even if the world remains busy, something within you becomes still. That stillness is not emptiness. It is readiness. You are aligning fully now. And as you stand in this space of calm awareness, remember this: what is coming does not require you to chase it. It is already moving toward you. Your role is simply to be ready when it arrives. Let your mind rest. Let your heart remain open. Let your spirit stay steady. Because you are no longer preparing for something uncertain. You are preparing for something that has already been set into motion. And as this final moment approaches, everything within you is being aligned for one purpose: to receive what has been waiting for you all along. Beloved soul, the moment you have been led toward is no longer approaching. It is here. Everything that hath been building, everything that hath been aligning, everything that hath been quietly shifting behind the scenes has now reached its point of release. God says, your blessing is scheduled for tonight, and now you stand within that promise, not as someone waiting, but as someone receiving. Feel the calm that is settling over you. That is not accidental. That is confirmation. The tension that once surrounded you is loosening. The uncertainty that once clouded your thoughts is clearing. And in its place, there is a quiet, steady peace. This is what it feels like when alignment becomes reality. You may not see everything at once, and that is okay. Not every blessing arrives with noise or immediate clarity. Some enter gently, like a shift in the air, like a door opening without sound. But make no mistake, something has changed. Something has begun. And as time continues, you will begin to recognize it more clearly. Trust what you feel right now, because this is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is the result of everything you have walked through, everything you have endured, and everything you have believed, even in moments when belief felt difficult. Archangel Michael remains by your side in this moment, not only as a protector, but as a witness to what is being released into your life. His presence ensures that what has been given cannot be taken, that what has been opened cannot be easily closed, and that what has begun will continue to unfold as it is meant to. You are not alone in this. There is also something important you must carry forward from this moment. Do not return to doubt. Do not go back to questioning your worth, your timing, or your place. What have been given to you tonight is not something to second guess. It is something to accept. Let it settle into your life. Let it grow without resistance. Let it become part of your reality without fear. Because the blessing you have received is not fragile. It does not depend on perfection. It flows with your willingness to remain open, to remain aware, and to remain aligned with what you now know is true. Take a deep breath and recognize this truth. You did not miss your moment. You did not overlook your opportunity. You responded, you stayed, and you received. That matters. And as you move forward from here, carry this peace with you. Let it guide your thoughts, your actions, and your expectations. Because what has begun tonight is not limited to this moment. It will continue to unfold, to expand, and to reveal itself in ways that will remind you again and again that this was real. Type IT is done in the comments if you receive this blessing fully into your life. Blessing code 1444 is now sealed and activated over your journey. And now, as this moment settles into your spirit, hear this calling clearly. What you have just received is not meant to stop with you. When God releases something powerful into your life, it creates a flow, a river meant to reach others who are still waiting in darkness. The word says in 2 Corinthians 9:6, "Whoever sows generously will also reap generously," and this is your moment to step into that living truth. If your heart is saying, "I want to help someone else receive what I just felt," then act on it now. Your super thanks or PayPal offering is not just support. It is a seed of light, a spark that carries this message into lives that need it urgently. The link is in the description, and the QR code is right before you. This is your divine opportunity to move in obedience. As you give, heaven responds, and blessings multiply back into your life in ways beyond expectation. Step into that flow now,